Hola, welcome to Spanish at Fargo South High School. My name is Senora Jacqueline Petik, and I am your child's Spanish teacher this year. I have been teaching Spanish since 2001, and I've also been a cross-country coach for 8 years. I've got my Spanish and secondary ed degree from Concordia College in Moorhead, and I have studied Spanish in a variety of places, mainly in Spain, and a little bit also in Mexico, although most of my experience with Spanish comes from Spain. If your child is in Spanish 1 this year, they will begin the year by just becoming familiar with the language and mainly being able to understand spoken and written Spanish. As the year goes on, they'll become more able to speak and to use the language. But our goal is for them to be able to communicate on a variety of familiar topics that have been repeated a lot. We try to make the information as comprehensible as possible for them, and that means we have a lot of Spanish instruction done with a storytelling style where we use short stories with very repetitive vocabulary for the students to understand and acquire language. Level 2, Spanish continues on in that same theme, and we also hope that year that the students will become more comfortable with speaking and producing Spanish. Level 3 is where we generally get into quite a variety of verb tenses. There's a lot of grammar that is learned as well as more vocabulary for the students. And at this point, your child should be able to read some short novels in Spanish, quite short, but short novels nonetheless. And they should be much more comfortable speaking, although they still will not be fluent in Spanish at this point. But they should be able to write and speak and read and understand on a variety of topics. By the time we get to level 4, now we are reviewing all the grammar that they've learned throughout the past 3 years. They read a variety of short novels. Generally in level 4, we add on a lot of culturally thematic units to put the Spanish into context for the students. And they now should be able to add their own opinions and thoughts about things and expand on what they're saying and understanding in Spanish. For class, I should go back a slide, excuse me. For class, really all they need to bring with them, they've got to have a pencil, they should have a colored pen, and then a notebook, and then a binder or a folder to keep any handouts that they have. They have a school-issued computer, which they should also bring with them, although we do not use it every day in class. And one thing that they do not need for class is a telephone. So please encourage your child not to bring their phone to class, and if they do, to please leave it off and out of sight. My expectations are for the class that everyone will be respectful to each other because it's new for everyone, and people will make a lot of mistakes, and that is okay, and just to be accepting of each other, that we're all trying to learn and we can have a good time doing it, and that mistakes are going to happen. The other thing is that your child needs to be prepared for class. They need to be here with their materials on time and be in class every day, ready to learn, ready to participate, ready to complete the tasks that I ask of them. And then the most important thing is that they are actively involved all the time. That means their attention is on the class, they're answering questions, they're listening to the explanations that I give them, and that they're giving their best effort all the time to try to speak however much they can in the target language, and they're focused on the task at hand. If your child does those things, they will do well in Spanish. If they're confused at any point or they're lost, they're more than welcome to come and ask questions and have me re-explain things to them. And I always tell the students that if they don't understand, I want to help them. My goal is not to confuse anybody, but it's to help them learn to speak Spanish. If you need to contact me for anything, the easiest way is through the school email, and here's my email on the page. It's petikj@fargo.k12.nd.us, and always I will get back to you as soon as possible with those. It's not always instant because I am in class most of the day, but I do try to respond quickly. Um, the class belongs to the kids. I'm here to help them as much as I can to learn as much as they can. And if they will work hard and they'll work together and they'll be positive, then they can have a really great experience in this class and they can have a really good time learning another language, which is such a valuable asset to them in the future. I thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Please contact me if you have any questions, and I look forward to working with your child. Thank you.